It's always been there, standing between you and your health. A wall. Between a pain that won't disappear and a doctor who magically appears. Between a long wait on a hospital bench and staying right where you are, at home. Between finding yourself out of medicines and finding them at your doorstep, whatever the time. Between years of health records all over the place and all your records in one organized access from anywhere place. Between your current regimen and the recommended routine. The wall. We don't need it anymore. Say hello to Apollo 24/7. This is India's largest end-to-end omni-channel healthcare ecosystem, designed to touch more lives than ever before and delivering its promise in 3 important ways. 1. Listen. Talk to us anytime from anywhere. We've got 7,000 doctors and 30,000 healthcare professionals listening. 2. Advise. We'll give you expert advice you can rely on, because it comes from India's #1 healthcare provider. 3. Assist. We bring you India's largest health network of pharmacies, clinics, hospitals and health insurance experts. 20 million people already trust us for their care, and a further 50,000 people are discovering this every day. Apollo 24/7. Expertise is for everyone.
Hi, this is Deanne Panday, and today's session is all about living a long and healthy, happy life. For thousands of years, people have been trying to unlock the secret to living a long life. But research in longevity shows that it's not really a secret at all. So let me share today what I have been doing lifelong for over 30 years that keeps me happy, healthy, feeling full of energy, my clients full of energy, and everybody around me full of energy, happy, healthy, and positive. I've written a few points down today just so that I can share with you small little tips that you can follow to be happy, healthy, and fit lifelong. We can start off with something that's really important to avoid overeating, especially during the pandemic. People feel they have nothing to do. They're sitting on a couch, they're watching Netflix from the couch to the bed, and they land up overeating. So it's very important to avoid overeating. Getting good sleep. Now, to get good sleep, you have to be very active. You have to work out, you have to cycle, outdoor walks, do a lot of things, no excuses. Good sleep is really, really, really very important. Of course, no stress. It's so easy to say not to get stressed, but during this time, I mean, there's so much going on with everybody's lives. But self-care, self-love is so important. So not taking stress in your life. There are ways which I will answer questions later at the end of our session to tell you how to de-stress, ways how to stay happy and healthy. Laugh. I believe, laughing is so important because I sometimes forget to laugh. I have a husband who has a great sense of humor. So I have this habit. When I feel low and I feel low on energy or a day that's not gone, I just go sit in front of my husband and he makes me laugh. Sit around friends, family, try to laugh at life. Life throws things at you, but just take it easy. So laughing is really very important. Stop fearing. I feel fear is man-made, so fearing creates anxiety. Anxiety creates no sleep. It creates stress. You go to coffee, you go to overeating, to smoking. There's so much more. So fear, try to be fearless. As children, we were fearless. Why as adults do we fear so much? So I feel try not to be fearless in whatever you do. No grudges, no ego. I do not believe in egos. People with egos hold on to anger, emotions, jealousy, competition, so much more. So I feel egos should be thrown out of the window. Now we come to, when I say overeating, I come to nutrition. I say no processed foods, try to go plant-based. I'm kind of vegan, vegetarian. Sometimes my body craves, eggs or a vegan protein shake. I eat the eggs if it's organic or free range. So no processed foods, try to eat everything that you can grow, that you can pluck, that you can pick, that rots. Yeah. Coming down to positivity, spirituality, joy, physical wellness, health. Health for me is your gut health. How healthy is your gut? Health to me is not about a size zero or having a skinny body or being fit. Being fit the unnatural way. For me, it starts with the gut. A healthy gut, a sign of an unhealthy gut is inflammation. You'll start getting colds and coughs. You'll start feeling low on energy. You'll have, watery eyes, allergies. You'll get ill very often. You'll get hives, and you know that your gut is inflamed. So, of course, having a healthy gut is really important. Uh, Physical wellness. Why I name it not physical fitness, I name it physical wellness. It's because wellness is a very, very broad spectrum. It's not just the food on your plate or your workouts. It's everything that you do in balance, the 13 aspects in balance. How you balance your relationships, your home environment, home cooking, what is joy to you, your spirituality. It is, how much yoga do you do, whether you go to a place of worship to pray, whether you help the poor. Education is, you can educate yourself at any stage of your life. Your social life, how good it is. Are you an introvert, extrovert, ambivert? Your financial status, is it, are you happy with the finance that you're pulling in? Career choices, it gives you so much stress if you're unhappy in a job. So, where are you at with your career? Are you doing what you love? Do you love what you do? All of these things, when in balance, makes you live happy and healthy lifelong. Of course, secondary foods is your food on your plate. It nourishes you. But I do not believe in diets. Diets are very short term. The only diet that I believe in, which I've written here, which I've been practicing for really, really, really for years, is the Mediterranean diet, which is fruits, vegetables, olive oil, fish, nuts. And it's one of the healthiest diets in the world. And it's all plant-based. And this is something that I recommend. And of course, the Ayurvedic diet. There are few diets that are very scientific and that I promote. The other diets that are fad diets that you start and stop is all a yo-yo thing, so I do not encourage diets. We can do another session with you to talk about why diets don't work, or you can put in a question after my session and ask me about diets and why they don't work, and I'm happy to answer all your questions. Of course, very important before we start our session is finding your purpose. Find your peace, find your calm. Find your calm. I have come to nature only to be, calm and to rejuvenate, so I can go back to a city like Bombay and get back to work and deal with the world as a stronger, happier person. So self-care, self-love matters a lot. And before we start our session, I just want to talk about the people in Japan, in Okinawa, which they live longer than any other group of people in the earth. This region, their traditional diet, that is why, it's because of their traditional diet. It's very high in green and yellow vegetables, low in calorie. Plus, Okinawa made it a habit of eating only 80% of the food on their plate. So they ate very less. Like I said, no overeating. So basically, today's session, during the lockdown, what happened, a lot of people started making excuses. We don't have a gym. We don't have a personal trainer. Our yoga studio is shut, and everybody was full of excuses. So what I came up with this theme that I started formatting all these signature moves in my home, in my studio, in my home office. I started making workouts with a backpack, with bottles, with books. I started even using a pressure cooker, stairs up and down. I started making workouts for everybody. I said, there's no excuses. If you are going through something in the pandemic, I'm going through it. Everybody, the whole world is going through it. You have to stand up. You have to look after your health. You have to be strong. And when you work out and the endorphins, you're full of endorphins, you have a clear mind, you're de-stressed, and you can think clearly and take on that day really well. So a very big part of my workouts was HIIT, which is high intensity interval training, where it's short bursts of a workout where you do the workout non-stop. For a beginner, it's 30 seconds non-stop and 30 seconds of rest. For an intermediate person or a more advanced person, it's 45 seconds non-stop of the workout and 15 seconds of rest. And then you go into the next exercise immediately, 45 seconds, 15 seconds rest. So basically, you're just getting your heart rate high, you're getting your metabolic rate high, your breathing capacity improves. And in a short time, you're burning calories. It's a fat burning workout, it's a metabolic booster. And what is really, really good, it burns fat on your belly. It's the best way to work out. So, no excuses. The max time you can do a HIIT session is 30 minutes. You cannot exceed that. The intensity level varies from a person who's a beginner or a fit person. It depends. But that 30 seconds or that 45 seconds that you do the workout, the intensity should be higher, that you're getting a little bit out of breath, and you get that 30 seconds or 15 seconds where you're taking your break and recovering before you do the exercise again. So today's workout is 5 exercises where we'll repeat a whole body workout. We'll start off with squats. We'll go to push-ups. We'll go to a plank hold, which is something that I believe in because it's very good for the core. I don't believe in sit-ups and crunches and all of that. It can injure your spine. We'll go back to a lunge, and we'll go back to a finisher, which is called either a jumping jack, which is, pumping up your heart rate. And then we'll repeat this sequence of 5 exercises twice more to complete 15 minutes non-stop. We will start a warm-up, a 2 or 3 minute warm-up, which is a dynamic warm-up. A dynamic warm-up stretches is really important. People never stretch on a cold muscle. People always enter the gym and you see them stretching. You should never stretch a cold muscle. So I believe in a dynamic warm-up. And then we start our session, and then we'll end with 1 or 2 really slow yoga stretches, and then with our stretch, which is our cool down. So I'm going to be setting my timer. You can see that my timer, because I need to time the 15 minutes. It has to be on time, 45 seconds. Okay, so that's my timer. I'm going to be moving this, and we're going to be getting ready to begin our workout. So are you ready? So before we start the session, remember to stay hydrated. Remember to sip water every now and then. And when you have the 15 seconds break, remember to just walk around, move around, don't stay static. Okay, so are we ready? Should we begin? We're going to begin with our dynamic warm-up first. And we'll start with arm circles. It's always really good to warm up the joints. Remember, never stretch a cold muscle. You can do single arms, clockwise, anti-clockwise. Now we're going to do arms, crisscross. You have to warm up the body, warm up the joints. You can do Warm up the chest muscles. Here I have a resistance band. You can either use a stick or you can use a resistance band and warm up your shoulders. The shoulders often get very stiff. We often sit on our desk all day working or watching Netflix or sitting on your couch, and we tend to stoop and slouch, and the shoulders and the neck area gets very stiff. So remember, use a stick or use a resistance band or even use a towel, a big towel, and just make sure you warm up your shoulders properly. Make sure you're breathing in and breathing out. With the same stick or the band, twist from side to side. It's so important to warm up your torso. These are all very good dynamic movements, dynamic stretching. I'm already beginning to feel so warm. The next we try is knee hugs, where you hug your knee.
What do humans and watches have in common?
You can even do this a little faster because it's a dynamic warm up. You need the heart rate to go up a little faster. The next, we're going to warm up the entire body with one of my favorite dynamic stretches. It's called the inchworm, where you walk your way here and you walk back. Plank, walk here. I can already feel so warmed up. I can just feel my hamstrings getting stretched. I can feel the upper body getting all warmed up. Remember to breathe. Remember your form. I do not want you doing this. I want a straight plank when you're doing an inchworm. The next dynamic warm-up is going to make your heart rate go up, where you're kicking and you're touching. Kick. Let's start with one leg at a time. Do not move your arms. Just kick, and kick with power. I can feel my heart rate going high. I'm all warmed up now. The other leg. Let me show you from the side how it looks. And the last warm-up is just leg swings. If you need to hold on to a wall or a door, just swing your legs. It's really important to warm up the joints before any form of exercise. So I'm all warmed up now, and we are ready to start our session. Okay, so let's begin. We begin with a squat. A beginner can go for 30 seconds and rest for 30 seconds. Make sure you're walking up and down. I'm going to do it for 45 seconds non-stop and recover for 15 seconds. And then on to the next exercise. Almost done. 45 seconds up. Now just walk up and down to recover. 15 seconds only. Catch your breath. And we're going to go to a push-up. Let's go. What I'm doing is a partial push-up. The fitter people who are really fit can do a full push-up. It's really tough, but it's challenging. 30 seconds up, 30 seconds to recover. So you can even go and do a full push-up. I suggest start off with a partial push-up. I'm all warmed up. It feels so good. Few more seconds. Remember not to stay static, just move around. 2 minutes up, and we're going to start a plank hold, where you're going to hold your plank for 30 to 45 seconds. Remember what I said, no doing this, no doing this. Hold your plank. Your alignment has to be proper. Five seconds of a hold, 15 seconds to recover. And we're going to go back to a lower body exercise, which is lunging. It shoots your heart rate up. It's working on your entire lower body. Let's go. You can see that my legs are 90 degrees. I don't want you doing this. It has to be 90 degrees. The form is really important. 90 degrees. The other knee should almost touch the floor. There you go. 45 seconds up, recover, because now we have a finisher, which is my favorite. Jumping jacks, I love it. It burns calories. It shoots your heart rate up, and here we go. 45 seconds, non-stop. 15 seconds rest. If you get tired, just do an imaginary skipping rope. That's it. Keep moving, don't give up. Almost there. 45 seconds, 15 seconds. Rest, and we do this sequence twice more. So it's an entire body HIIT workout, which really works. Okay, let's begin. Back to squatting. Carry on, don't stop. I'm just keeping my timer on so it works. That's it. 5 more seconds. There, 15 seconds of recovery time. Catch your breath. Walk up and down, have a sip of water. Just a sip, not too much. And we go to push-ups. Five more seconds, and we're done. Recover. Catch your breath. And the next, we're going to do a plank. We're going to hold your plank for 30 to 45 seconds. Here we go. Plank and hold. Excuse if I have to look up each time because I need to see the timer. But you need to be aligned and looking up straight. No looking right or left, straight down. I need to just keep looking at my timer. And breathe. Do not hold your breath. Few more seconds. Keep going. Don't stop. 10 more seconds. And we're done. Recover. And we go to lunging. In 3, 2, 1, go. Lunge. Remember the form that I told you. Almost there. 15 seconds to go. I'm breaking in a sweat. I hope you are breaking in a sweat and feeling good. There you go. Recover. I can feel the burn in the thighs. 10 seconds and we have my favorite jumping jacks. Are you ready? And go. Keep going. "30 seconds up, 15 seconds more to go. And 15 seconds to recover. And one last sequence of the 5 exercises. And we can cool down with stretches. Okay, let's go to squatting. Let's start. Remember to breathe. Remember your form. Remember, see my knees. They're not extending beyond my toes. They're not doing this. You're squatting up and a very light squeeze. Squat up and a light squeeze. That's your form. Keep going. Don't stop. Almost there. And push-ups. Let's go. Keep going. Excuse me, I keep crawling back, but I have to see the timer. 30 seconds up, go. Almost there, my arms are burning. This is a killer. And 45 seconds up, and we're going to hold, recover, we're going to hold your plank. Plank, lunges, and jumping jacks. And we're done. Okay, back to your plank. That's it, hold. I'm going to face this way. So my timer goes off. I can do a tougher workout. I can keep touching the phone. And it's so good for the core. It goes off. That's all I need to do. Almost there. 30 seconds. Ten more seconds to go. And we're done. Recover. And back to our lunges. 45 seconds or 30 seconds, like I said. And jumping jacks, and we're done. You guys are doing very good. Okay, back to lunging. 30 seconds or 45 seconds. Okay, I'm going to face you so I can keep working out and touching my phone screen so it doesn't go off on me. Check my form out. Remember to breathe. Almost there. And 45 seconds up. Recover before the finisher, which is my favorite. 3, 2, 1, go. My heart rate is so high now. I've broken into a sweat, burning calories by now. And it's a short, quick 15-minute workout. You can double this up. You can do it 15 minutes more, max 30 minutes. Remember, if you're tired, imaginary jump rope. Just imagine you have a skipping rope and skip. And we are done. We're done. That's 15 minutes. Awesome. Guys, you've been awesome. Now we're going to cool down a bit. You can see, you can hear my breath. Heart rate is high. You need to get your heart rate back down to normal. So often, my cool down stretches are a little bit of maybe a downward dog. I'll stretch a twister, just basic static stretching, which I'm going to show you. So remember what I told you in the beginning. You can have a sip of water now. Dynamic stretches for a warm-up, quick movements, so that the mobility of your joints, wherever the stiffness, it's all warmed up to get your heart rate up, your metabolic rate revving, and then get into your HIIT, HIIT, and then your cool down. So basically I start with, maybe just a downward dog, and you just stretch and hold. Catch your breath. Maybe just kick one leg up, stretch. Kick the other leg up, stretch. Up, stretch. So you're feeling it in the hip flexors and thighs. That way, and stretch. This is one of my favorites, where you're just hanging down and letting go. Just swing, breathe. Let your heart rate come back to normal. Maybe you can hold your elbows and just swing side to side. What is really important is undulation of the spine, what I call it. You're just hanging loose and you're just coming up one vertebrae at a time. It's really important to be gentle to your spine. Hang loose. Breathe. Come up slowly, one vertebra at a time. Stretch back. First your shoulders, head, down. Keep breathing. Get your heart rate back. Roll your shoulders. The other way. Stretch. Stretch your whole body. Lock your hands behind. Stretch. And hold. Of course, your upper body stretches, holding, stretching your shoulders. The other way. Your tricep stretch. We did a lot of push-ups here, so you need to stretch your tricep and your upper body. Your hamstring stretch. And your basic quad stretch, that is really, really important, because here we did a lot of lunging and squatting. So you need to stretch out the quads. The other side. And now my heart rate is almost come back to normal. And these are good stretches. Remember, always do static stretches at the end of your workout and the dynamic stretching in the beginning of your as your warm up. One more chest stretch. One more hanging loose, the shoulders. Let go of all the tension in your neck and we're done. You guys are done so good. I'm going to give you a few tips before I've broken into sweat. So I'm going to give you a few tips before we take Q&As from our audience. So basically, I'll repeat once more, when you're doing an HIIT workout, you have to make sure that you wear proper shoes, because HIIT workouts keep wearing. You can do it with weights, you can do it with, resistance bands, you can do it with props, you can do a yoga HIIT, it's only yoga moves. There are thousands of variations of an HIIT workout that you can do, thousands of combinations. Each time you switch it around, each time you work, maybe on one HIIT session, you only want to work back and bicep. Like what I did today was upper body and lower body, because it's a quick fat burner, because you're moving from an upper body move to a lower body, upper body to a lower body. And when you're working your lower body, the heart rate goes really high because it's such a big muscle. So remember, there are many variations, many whatever, but if you have an injury in the back or your knees or your hips, you have to avoid anything that's high impact, any jumps. You can do, a modification of maybe a squat. There are ways, and always under a guidance of a health and wellness and a fitness expert or a very, very good trainer. Don't do it on your own, because it can lead into injuries. Form and alignment is very, very important. How you do that exercise, your breathing is really very important. Stay hydrated, sips of water. Remember what I told you: for a beginner, 30 seconds non-stop, 30 seconds rest. For an intermediate or a slightly advanced, 45 seconds to 50 seconds, and 10 seconds or 50 seconds for break. And then you go immediately and repeat the circuit. I did 15 minutes, but max you can go to 30 minutes and don't exceed that. If your intensity is really high, then max 30 minutes. And that's all you need in a day. And it's the best way to burn calories, to burn fat, and you can do it. You don't need accessories. You don't need a gym. You don't need a trainer. You can do it outdoors. You can use jungle props. I've been training outdoors. You can do it anywhere. Just make sure that you're wearing proper shoes if you're doing any kind of jump movements. Yeah, stay hydrated. So I think now we are ready to take in questions from the audience. So you can just type in your questions and send it to me, and I'm ready to answer them. So Tara is asking, can I please see the question again? I'm not a morning person. What is a good morning routine? Morning routine for me. There's no particular time of the day that you need to exercise. As long as, if you're an evening person, get your workout done in the evening. For me, I'm a morning person because it just jump starts my day. All my clients, my friends, all of us train in the morning because it's endorphins. It just makes you feel good, and you're ready to take on the day, and you're burning calories, and your metabolic rate stays high throughout the day. So it's always good, they say, when the sun is rising, workout. So I believe. But if you don't have a very hectic lifestyle or a very hectic job, then it's okay to train in the evening, because you're training on not a very tired body. But if your body is tired, I suggest that you train in the morning. Yeah. What should I eat before and after my workout? Okay, that's a really, really very good question. So, like I said, I'm a morning person. A lot of people, if they're on a weight loss journey, they like to train on an empty stomach. But when you're on an empty stomach, it doesn't mean that you train at 11, 12 in the afternoon. You need to train very early because your body's in starvation mode. Some people like to have just a shot of coffee and train because then you burn fat. But you need to train early. I am a big breakfast person. A lot of people like to eat, so if I eat a very healthy big breakfast, I train 2 hours later. If you eat something light, like maybe a banana, a date, or some coconut water, something light, then you can train an hour later. But you need to eat something healthy, protein and carbs. What you eat, it depends on what your training is. If you're going to run a marathon, of course, the previous night you're going to be eating a big carb meal because you need energy for your marathon or your run. So it all depends on your training. But I suggest protein and a bit of carbs, a mixture of that, and eat it 1.5 hours prior. So it gives you energy for your workout. You don't want to feel low on energy. Your post workout meal is really very important. Your protein intake, eating, I'm against protein shakes, but if I can get my hands on a really good plant-based vegan protein, I have that because I'm kind of vegan vegetarian. So I have a vegan protein shake. I mix it with, seeds, spirulina, some grain powders. I mix it with coconut water, a fruit, locally grown, fruit of the season, a nice, healthy protein shake. If not, you can have, chicken, fish. There are a lot of plant-based protein sources that you get, quinoa, grains, a bit of an avocado, half an avocado. Your post-workout meal has to be very, very healthy. Stick by plant-based if you can. If you have to have meats, stick by lean meats, organic, chicken, organic, free-range eggs or, organic eggs. Try to keep your nutrition, not processed and clean, so that is what I suggest. But your post-workout meal is very important. And try to eat early. Your last meal in the day should be like, I eat at about 8 o'clock. I I just give my system a break after that. If I feel hungry, I might just have some nuts or, have a coconut water, a green tea. But you need to give your digestive and your organs a break after a certain while because they're working 24/7, digesting food. And some people have so much of protein and it's so tough on the organs. So you just need to go light with everything. A lot of vegetables, a lot of salad, a lot of grains, a lot of non-processed foods with no chemicals. Try to go organic. Yeah, so that's important. What's our next question? Should people constantly stick to a specific? I can't read the full question to a specific. The question's only coming half, so I can't read the whole thing. Should people, from a physical exercise, or is it better to have? I have knee pain. What exercise should I avoid? Okay, so knee pain, a lot of people get knee issues because they either, they have weakness of muscles, they have weak quads or weak hamstrings or weak core. So when you have knee pain, what you need to avoid is running on the road, walking on the road, running on a treadmill. You can cycle. Cycle is good. Swimming is amazing for people with knee pain. Swimming is like hydrotherapy in water. You can never get injured. So I suggest you do all the swimming possible. And you need to do isolation exercises to strengthen the knee. Firstly, which I didn't mention, most important is go to your physiotherapist, find out why your knee is hurting. Get it sorted, find out why it's hurting. Get your physio exercises, on track. Strengthen it first before you do anything else. And then there are do's and don'ts. Use a lot of resistance bands. Like I said, get into a pool. Don't run on the roads. Don't run on a treadmill. You can get on a cycle. There are a lot of modification exercises that you can do, like isolation, where you're sitting on a leg extension. You can just do unilateral moves where you're just moving one leg at a time and strengthening, your quads. There's a lot you can do. But first, visit your physio and sort out what the problem is. Okay, so that's all we have time for today, guys. And hopefully, I will come back on and I have so much more to teach you all and share so much more knowledge. Till then, remember to stay fit, stay happy, stay positive, and I have something to tell you all. I'm going to read this. As we all know now, the secret to living a long and healthy life can be unlocked by simply taking care of your body. That includes both these exercises in your daily routine, as well as protecting your body against disease that might affect your immunity. The easiest way to ensure protection against COVID-19 is by getting vaccinated as soon as possible. I have got both my vaccinations done and it feels so good. Simply show up at any Apollo vaccination center or book an appointment on the Apollo 24/7 app. The app offers a specialized one-on-one service where you can speak with a trusted doctor at any time of the day. Our viewers can also avail an exclusive offer on Circle, Apollo 24/7's premium healthcare program. Sign up for the membership today and use code CIRCLE50 to get 50% off on subscription price as cashback. So guys, what are you waiting for? Go and get your vaccination done. Stay safe, stay positive, stay happy, and stay healthy. Thank you.